Thank you, my brother.
I'm waiting for my friends so I can turn around and make you realize what a fucking idiot you are. As they're turning around, you're one trick pony.
Hey,
Let's see what's beyond your one trick pony.
So the Antichrist has the ability to what?
What about Biden? Biden's a fucking crook. That's where you get your fucking shit.
Biden's a pedophile.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Prove that you are not deceived by the Antichrist.
Don't let her angry you.
Defend this. Prove to me you are not deceived by the Antichrist. Prove to me that you are not going to burn in hell.
I believe in Jesus Christ Almighty. I don't believe in Jesus is my Savior.
Are you trying to
Jesus is my Savior. Where you at? You
Get
see
close.
my mask?
Get close.
You see my mask? You see my mask?
I'm fighting for
Leave. Ignore her and she'll go away. Yeah, exactly.
Quit worshiping the Antichrist before you die.
It's all right. It's all right.
You're wearing the
It's all right. It's all right.
forehead.
It's all right.
Not the mark of the beast on
That's
your
all right.
forehead.
That's
You
all
have it
right.
on your
People like this, man, they ain't gonna listen, right? They don't talk too much of that. Yeah, you belong over at Bush Park. Save all that aggression for Antifa.
We're not like this.
No.
I'm serious, man. You gotta fucking supply the troops with food and water. So you may as well have your cooking shit there. Let's have a tailgate party. We're all rednecks. We can do this.
There's a whole lot of things that could be going on here in Oregon, but we have an administration that's quite literally just squashing it, choking it out. It's like they're poisoning the well. If they poison the well enough, we all leave. And why would they want us to leave?
So the question is, I don't know if you want to get into theories on it, but why do you think they would do this?
Fundamentally, based on what I know about our governor and her relationship with China and the Chinese Communist Party, there's your answer. China has been buying up farms throughout Oregon, Washington, and California. They've been buying up land. Under Obama, the door was open for foreign people, foreigners, to actually own land in America. You cannot go own land in China. Okay? So, by them being able to start owning all this land, our farms and what have you, they've been slowly buying up the whole state. That's their goal. One of the things that helps us is right now the federal government controls about 51% of the actual land in Oregon. That land actually has to come back into the possession of Oregon. If we did that today, right now, we have tyrant Kate Brown, communist Kate Brown, who would definitely set that up for a price sale to China. We can't have that. We can't risk that. So right now, the federal government needs to hang on to that land for now, until we have the right people running the state of Oregon. Kate Brown and her people are definitely not those people. Matter of fact, I think they fundamentally undermine who they do represent, because traditionally they represent Democrats, right? That's what we suppose. Well, the truth is, there's a lot of blue dog Democrats in Oregon, a lot of JFK Democrats. They do not support socialism. They don't want socialism.
They're the more traditional Democrats.
Absolutely. And there's nothing wrong with that. Matter of fact, if anything, that's really the common ground we're going to have to start and recover, repair Oregon from. And so, as all this kind of moves forward, Kate Brown's got to go. What I'm hoping is that our federal government actually has her for the treason and sedition she's guilty of with her relationships with China and all that's been working with China here in Oregon. And then that comes to the surface and they take her away to Gitmo, Cuba with a one-way ticket to the spot.
I love it.
And I think that that's actually something that very much happened here soon, this year. So,
very nice. And you are, one more time?
My name is Paul Romero, and I'm running for governor 2022.
Thank you very much.
Oh, they are.
Food might be kind of hard.
Come this way, people.
We have Quincy. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to Quincy with the Black Conservative. Yes.
not out here because they're shouting hate speech. They're not out here because they hate you or to talk bad about you. They're out here because they actually love you and care about your resting place. And you should as well. That's why they are out here. So I just wanted to address that because I know some people are probably against them and why are you guys out here? We all like Donald Trump. Has nothing to do with Trump. Donald Trump is not going to save none of us. We may like him as a president. I love Donald Trump. I stand with him. I love that he's a straight shooter. He don't care. He's going to say what he wants to say. I love that, and that's what the street preachers do. They call it straight down, straight down. They don't care if it hurts someone's feelings. They don't care if it's politically correct or not. They're going to tell you how it is according to the scriptures of the Bible. That's why they're out here. So here we are, January 1st, and there's many cities, many towns across Oregon that are not complying. They're not complying. They're starting to open up their business, their shop. Hats off to them. Hats off to them. And what I've been noticing over the several years, up until now, is that a lot of people have been afraid. And it's still like that, especially in liberal, democratic Portland, Oregon. We had, supposedly, there's 60 million people voted for Trump. You know, there's reports out there that are saying 80 million people voted for Trump. Where are those 80 million people? Where are they at? A lot of them are afraid because of these cameras. They're afraid because of media. They're afraid because of the governors, the mayors. And so they're afraid to disobey, but yet we see anarchists disobey and be lawless all the time, and there's no consequences for them. Nothing happens to them. Yet us conservatives, us Republicans, we play by the rules because we respect the law, and so we comply. And while we're sitting here complying, our rights are being stripped from us. They're telling us what we can do and what we cannot do, and we're saying, okay, master, we'll do it. We can't walk into stores because we are afraid of a virus.
We haven't heard about the flu. We haven't heard about pneumonia. We haven't heard about a cold. All year long, everything has been COVID. Everything has been conditioning you guys to put on masks, and we are complying to it because we're afraid. We're afraid that, hey, if I don't wear my mask to work, I'm going to lose my job. If I don't wear my mask into the store, they're going to kick me out. The problem is we need to walk away from the fear. We are actually living in fear. So I know there's a lot of times there's New Year's resolutions about going to the gym. So how about this year we start with a New Year's resolution that we are not going to live in fear no more. We are not going to live in fear anymore. Especially since our country was founded on God, and we all love to say, in God we trust. Well then, if in God we trust is actually truly what you believe for our country, there is no fear in God. There's no fear in God. So I'm asking you guys to stand up and continue to rise and take off the mask. I've been traveling across the country for months and months on airplanes, sometimes that are completely full, sometimes that are half empty. I have not even caught a cold, but yet COVID is running rampant across the United States. But airplanes, you can sit next to someone and it's okay, but you can't go out to eat with your family in a restaurant. It doesn't make sense, folks. It does not add up. Stop living in fear, and if you truly trust in God, then in God we trust.
Thank you so much, Quincy. And remember to follow him, Black Conservative Preacher. He's on YouTube, he's on Facebook, he's all over. So I'm going to introduce somebody else that I think most people here know already. She's part of Oregon Women for Trump. She's on our team. And this girl is a huge activist in the state of Oregon. She's also a previous Polk County GOP chair. And she is now the assistant director of Blexit, Oregon. So Oregon's really lucky to have her on our right side here. And she'll be leading our march, and she's going to tell you more about that, our march to the governor's residence. and the direction and all that kind of stuff. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce you guys to Janira Brannigan.
Happy New Year! Happy New Year! Who's taking off that mask? Take it off! It's time that we rise up. We have complied for 9 months. According to the experts, we should all be dead by now. I, like Quincy, have traveled the country also. I have gone to DC many, many times. I do not wear a mask. I am still here. I take care of myself. I do all the things I'm supposed to, just like we would prevent the flu. Again, do not do what you need to do, and let the rest of us live.
Amen.
Can I get a USA now? USA! 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 Now that's the sound of freedom I want to hear for 2021, all right? Before our next speakers, I just want to give you a rundown of what we're going to do. As soon as our last speaker finishes speaking, I am going to lead the march down Court Street. We're going to turn left on Commercial, and we're going to turn right on Lincoln, all the way up to Mahonia Hall. We're going to give a few of you an opportunity to speak and tell the governor how we feel. We're not going to spend a lot of time up there, but we want to make a difference. What I want to encourage you guys is, you know what? She's on Twitter. She's actually probably watching this right now because, you know, she's going to throw another threat at us. The bully is going to threaten us again. But I want you guys to get on Twitter, Facebook, whatever social media she's on, and tell her how you feel. It's time that you all speak up and share how you feel and let her know that we will no longer be bullied by a dictator. And you should all be encouraged by his words today. He's going to be speaking today. Jerry Dyreson.
All right, God bless everybody for coming out today. I really appreciate it, and it's really rejuvenating to my spirit to see so many patriots out here today. Some lovely Oregon weather. So anyway, I want to take a few minutes to talk about direct action and the appeal to heaven, otherwise known as the pine tree flag. It's a revolutionary flag that maybe a lot of you aren't familiar with. So I'm going to share some history with you and some thoughts on the future. I'll start by talking about the flag here. This is the flag I'll be carrying today. It was the first flag flown over George Washington's Navy. That was 6 battleships. The tree represents the eastern pine. It was renowned around the world at the time for making masts for ships. It was the first real commodity of our early colonists. So it played a big role in our first economy and in the culture and society back then. That's what the tree represents. The phrase appeal to heaven comes from 16th century philosopher John Locke that played a big foundation in the roles of our founders and our Constitution. The phrase appeal to heaven comes in his second treatise on government. And in his words, it's, and where the body of the people or any single man is deprived of their rights or under the exercise of a power without rights and have no appeal on earth, then they have the liberty to appeal to heaven. This was known to our founders as the right to revolution or the right to rebellion. I know it sounds a little bit wonky and old Englishy, but in simpler terms, what Locke meant was when your king, your government, or any ruler has denied you any means of expressing or taking advantage of your God-given, unalienable rights, then your last right is that right to rebellion. An appeal to heaven is not a prayer to be saved, but in fact it is a blessing. It is a request for a blessing of your righteous actions. So as we march today, I ask each of you to be on guard that your actions are righteous and your reactions are guided by wisdom and not emotion. This will be a long war with many battles. Each requires its own unique warriors and strategies. So please remember, while we all may have our individual motivations, our goal should remain the same. Righteous action in order to restore freedom and liberty to our republic. Now I'd like to read a few words from Thomas Paine. These words were spoken by George Washington right before that famous trip on that snowy night across the Delaware River. These are the times that try men's souls. The summer soldier and the sunshine patriot will, in this crisis, shrink from the service of their country. But he that stands now deserves the love of man and woman. Tyranny like hell is not easily conquered, yet we have this as consolation. The harder the conflict, the more glorious the triumph. Amen. Yes, sir. Indeed, we find ourselves in hard times, fellow patriots. Much like our founders, we are few in number, but we are large in conviction and spirit. Our purpose is righteous and our situation is dire. But as I look out now onto this crowd before me, I am rejuvenated and I am boldened, because there are no fair weather patriots here. No, my friends, those that stand before me now are warriors sent by God himself. With one purpose and the strength of 1,000 lions. As we march, let me leave you with these parting thoughts. The revolution of our founding was not in a day, a month, or a year. No, fellow patriots, it took many years and great loss of blood and treasure to get back, to beat back the King's Army and found the greatest republic known to human history. Nor will our revolution be won in a day, a month, or a year. The roots of liberty have long been neglected. It will not be an easy or quick task to bring them back to life. So I pray to Almighty God and ask each of you to dig deep and steel yourselves for this war. The sunshine patriots will wane, and the summer soldiers will come and go. In the end, we must all search our own souls to determine how far we are willing to go to save this republic. One more here. But as for me, my fellow patriots, give me liberty or give me death. Be safe and wise today, and God bless the patriots. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jerry Dyerson. Is that how you say it? Dyerson. Don't forget him. Some of you may already know who he is. But hey. She's the Executive Director of Parents' Rights and Education. She firmly stands for the rights of parents to raise their children without influence or control from the state teachers' unions or bureaucrats. She's loud in her beliefs and fights hard for our rights. So please give a big welcome for Suzanne Gallagher.
Okay, wow, I am so impressed with all of you being here today on New Year's Day. This is the beginning of something good. I believe that. Yeah, do I hear a yes? All right. Okay, even though we are experiencing a health challenge, we know there is no real epidemic, right? There is no real epidemic. I don't need to share statistics with you. You know them all.
Because I asked them, well, what happened to the last one they signed when they said they threw out a lot of the signatures?
Well, you gotta figure out that office right over there, the election division. Kate Brown came from that office, right? She was the Secretary of State, right? Well, they control all the petitions, right?
Yeah.
So, do you think you're going to win?
No. That's why I asked them, you know. It's like, what happened to the last one?
Do you remember Measure 80? Yeah, it was a marijuana measure back in 2012. I was one of the key petitioners of that. I watched the activity of those people, okay? They don't count everything, okay? They run a statistical analysis to make a decision. And these elections are run the same way. This guy right here worked in an election office. And he was running the cards through to count the votes, right, in the election, and he got to a point where the boss came over and said, okay, you can stop now. We have a statistical winner now. You can start counting.
Yeah. Oh, really?
That's how the votes are counted in this state. They're not.
Well, that's why I said not every
They run
single
a
vote is counted.
Yeah, that's right. They run a statistical analysis
saying there's been 3 votes to this
that's
one.
Right. So when you go to the Oregon website, right, and see, okay, on this election this year, how many people voted for this person or this measure, that's a lie.
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
Okay? And that's what's going on in the state. It's run by criminals.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
you would think that everything would be counted.
Yeah.
Every signature for a ballot would be counted. Every vote for one person or another would be counted.
Yeah.
And that's what we're led to believe. But it's not true. It's all a lie because they're criminals. That's what criminals do. They lie.
It went to shit when we started doing all mail-in shit. That's when it went
That's
to
right.
shit.
Well, that's part of it. That's part of it.
And how
they got a little bit more control when that happened.
Right.
You run in,
Manipulate computer code all the time.
yeah,
And make it do what we want.
You got freaking, 2 or 3 gigs of software to run this thing. How are you going to ever look through 2 or 3 gigs of software to find out one freaking thing that made the back door happen?
Yeah.
You're never going to find it.
Yeah.
You don't have enough time to find that.
So what he's trying to do?
So what are we doing? We're forming a grand jury.
To indict Kate Brown, right?
Among other things, she's
Yeah.
already indicted. We've already done that.
Okay.
They've already acquiesced to it. All the proof is ready.
Yeah.
We need 45 Oregonians that'll stand in their own name, no mask, swear who they are, and find a true bill that we can give to an Amendment 7 trial court and try the cunt. Here's one of them right here.
Good.
What?
45 people.
Are you a member of the grand jury? Would you like to be?
Yes. Oh.
Yes.
Well, that didn't matter.
Are you an Oregonian and not a U.S. citizen?
I am an Oregonian and I am a U.S. citizen born and bred.
You can't be both.
I was going to apply.
So you're ignorant.
Oh, I'm a U.S. citizen.
No, you're not. You're ignorant. And I'm going to explain it to you right now.
Oh, look at
Don't take offense.
Okay.
That's not stupid.
Bring it on.
That's not stupid. That's ignorant. Okay?
Exactly.
The states are autonomous. The states are not a subdivision of the United States. Okay? The United States, and I've got the proof right here, is located in Washington, D.C. That's where the United States is. Are you a citizen of that fucking outfit? Okay. It's in the Oregon Revised Statutes. The United States is in D.C. That's where it is, roughly. If you're an Oregonian and you don't have allegiance to the United States because you don't work
This is common law he's talking about.
No. Well, common law is part of it, but common law comes later. There's natural law, God's law. There's all kinds of law before you get to common law. Okay, so now, if you're a U.S. citizen, that means you work for the United States, you're in the Army, you work for the post office. That's who a U.S. citizen is. They have flipped it and said that everybody's a U.S. citizen because they gave you a birth certificate with all cap names. If you look at your name, it's all capitalized. They capitalized on your birth. They made you a corporation. That's not true. You have to change that. Now, how do you change something that they did to you? You acquiesced to it because right until this minute you didn't know. You thought you were a U.S. citizen. And if you went in front of the judge and the judge says, "Are you a U.S. citizen?" you had said, "Yes, sir." And he would have tried your ass as a U.S. citizen and you would have been guilty if he said so. Do you understand? Jurisdiction is what we're talking about. If you're an Oregonian, you're not in their jurisdiction. You're a free woman. Fuck off, Judge. But you have to be able to have that in your heart and know who the hell you are. Okay?
Sincerity.
A free person. No, person's wrong. A person is a corporate entity. If somebody calls you a person, slap them. you're one of the people, and not we the people, because we the people is something else.
Right.
And the United States of America is capitalized with the T. Anything else isn't that. And you're not a state of Oregon citizen. You're an Oregonian. Big difference. Words have real meaning. So if you, a free person, with living testimony in the form of an affidavit, because you're not corporate, you can't make an affidavit. People say, I made an affidavit. They're full of shit because they're in the corporate world. If they made an affidavit, they're not a free human being, flesh, blood. So if you write a document in living testimony in the form of an affidavit of truth, and you have two men like he and I, or William, or a whole bunch more of us, swear that, yeah, she is. You have the strongest document known in the United States of America. Your sworn testimony with two of your peers agreeing.
Better than a notary.
That's the strongest document you can write. We wrote it. It's here. So to be an Oregonian and to stand in your own name with your thumbprint, can't hide anywhere. I'm right here, full on. With 45 of you, we have a pool large enough to have a grand jury, which is 25. Then to the grand jury we say, and this is already done, filed, they've acquiesced, and we have the proof. It's not just bullshit. Kate Brown, Suzanne Bonamici, Jeff Merkley, and Ron Wyden have all violated their oath. They have no honor, and it's all documented. We don't have to go find the documents. It's in there. They voted against the Second Amendment, for an example.
Exactly.
Okay, so they are without honor. If you're without honor, you cannot hold an office of trust. They are in offices of trust. They must be removed. So we told them that. We gave them 21 days to acquiesce. We gave them 7, 14, and 21, and they acquiesced 3 times. They defaulted. That document is ready for the grand jury. Say the 25 people in the grand jury, here it is. They read it damn straight. True bill. Take the true bill over to 7. Now it's common law. 7 is common law. A common law jury of your peers. That means people like you and I, Oregonians, no U.S. citizens, no foreigners. They will sit 12 to 15 and make that decision. When that verdict is passed, it says so in the Constitution, there is no appeal in law. There's no higher court. Fuck the Supreme Court. They have no jurisdiction. So now you have a verdict. In my opinion, and I don't speak against myself, but in my opinion, it may be difficult to get a sheriff to enforce it. May be difficult to get Terry Davies, the superintendent of the Oregon State Police, appointed by Kate Brown. Maybe difficult to get her to enforce that. Yeah. Maybe difficult to get the marshals in downtown Portland to enforce that. The Department of Justice, FBI, yeah, probably. Maybe difficult to get Michael Stencil, the general in command of the Oregon National Guard, to do that. But we should be able to find the Oregon unorganized militia, that bunch out there. Everybody between 17 and 60, 17 and 45, I forget what the age group is. And it says only men, but we know men is both sexes, gender neutral. So that's who's probably gonna have to enforce it. Then if you take a look.
Well, any little jumps
all power is inherent in the people. Now, our little group, the Oregon Statewide General Assembly, filed that paper with the feds the sheriff, the state, and everybody else. That's who we are. We have identified ourselves as that. That's this group here. When you join that, you join that. And they have already acquiesced to, yeah, we are. Those people all out there, I don't know who the fuck they are, but they have not assembled and done it properly so that they can be Article 1, Section 1, and we have. And we're looking for members. We need 45 so we can do our job.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Damn straight, girl.
Can you imagine?
Of the free and the home of the brave. USA! 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 USA!
Wow, that was cool. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you a lot.
Thank you, Jeff.
You shouldn't have to. So my county clerk in Lynn County.
He's from Douglas County.
Yeah. So my county clerk has his staff every day looking at the obituaries, and they check every name against their voter database. They automatically. My dad died on July 20th this year. He did not get a ballot in November because they do it right.
So it's Douglas County. I should do it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, you should do that. Good for you, man. I'm glad you're doing the right thing.
On top of that, with all the cheating, with all the fraud, with the voting, right? We are in occupied territory, ladies and gentlemen, because our votes don't mean anything because they're cheating and they've been doing it for a long time. They've been doing it for a long time. So here's what I'm here to tell you, and this is what I've been pushing everywhere that I go, okay? Take your community that you live, all right? Take it. And the constitutional, the small cities, the small counties, take it and lay claim to it and say it belongs to the Constitution, okay? And you protect these businesses. You fight for them. You encourage them to open up. I'm telling you right now, okay? If people call out their bluffs, right? Like right now, these mayors are calling out the bluff on Kate Brown. They're saying, we're going to open up, come and do something, okay? We have to have the government come after us for standing up and doing the right thing so that Americans will wake up. The second they try to start throwing people in jail, which they have, I'm telling you, America will wake up, especially when they allow these criminals to run around in the far left cities and to burn down, break buildings, and destroy property, and they're letting everyone else out of jail, but they want to throw you guys in jail simply for working. Come on now. Come on now. I'm telling you right here, right now, if you simply go out there and you try and you fight for freedom, put your faith in something bigger than yourself, you guys will do amazing things. Guys, God bless each and every single one of you.
What's that?
You guys have seen the girl in the back?
No, they're coming up. They're coming up right here.
How you doing, sir? I'm doing all right.
Where's your white hood? Where's your white hood?
Hey, there's people. Would you stop exercising your white privilege? There's people right behind you.
Yeah, you're blocking.
They'd like to get out.
Yeah, you're blocking traffic.
You just think your white privilege allows you to just rule the road? Is that it?
You're blocking the road.
Your white privilege.
I vote for all equal. Yeah, equality and people. Yeah,
Trump is racist.
No, he's not.
Trump is a racist.
Let me speak to them.
Trump is a racist.
You don't. He is not a racist. Are you listening to your mama?
I know. I listen to like facts on social media and everything.
Social media is a lie.
So really,
honey, social media is a lie. They lie.
I don't know who's telling you.
You should probably investigate real news.
It's really facts. Trump is a racist.
It really is though. Social media is a lie. Man.
Social media is a lie.
Not all of it. Trump says there's some stuff
what makes him
that is
racist? What makes him racist?
Do you know he did more for the black community than and even Biden did or Obama did? Did you know that? He gave money to the college fund that did them so good.
That's why he's trying to get votes.
He got us to where we made more money in our jobs, even people who have to make minimum wage. So why is he so bad? Biden, what are Biden's? Are you voting for Biden? How old are you anyway? Are you old enough?
I'm 18, but why are you wearing a mask?
Oh, because why are you wearing a mask? Because I'm promoting Trump. That's why I wear it.
But he doesn't stand for masks. Trump doesn't.
No, he doesn't. But
he doesn't believe in masks. Biden does.
So, you believe in the coronavirus? You believe it's real? Okay.
I believe it's real.
Okay.
It's just like the flu.
Yeah, it is. It's the flu. That's all it is. Do you know that the H1N1 swine flu was more infectious and super deadly than the coronavirus that I've seen? I was even sick with the swine flu. You know that? It was a pandemic. Do you know that? You know it was a pandemic too?
Yeah,
and
but
did you know they didn't shut down our state and ruin our economy?
Was it as bad as the coronavirus?
Yeah, worse. I saw more people sick with it than this. But it wasn't an election year.
Well, what they're trying to do is make the
make you into a lemming. You're a sheep.
You're a sheep.
No, I'm not.
You don't even know
I'm
me.
not.
Well, there goes that one guy. But
you're not.
No.
You're gonna lose your freedom. You're still young. You can still save it, and you're choosing not to.
What freedom?
What freedom?
Trump is
Kate Brown's a dictator, dude. She shut down all our small businesses. Families are losing their homes, girls.
They're trying to take away the coronavirus. They're trying to help us.
It's not.
They want us to become better. So
how many people have you seen sick with the coronavirus? How many?
I've seen a lot.
Oh, have you? Have you? For 2 days? 2 days?
No.
Sick for 2 days with the sniffles?
This motherfucker's funny. This motherfucker's funny. Here, you want to take a picture of my sign? Watch real news, not
What's up, Zach?
Look at this.
That we will not have our country taken from us. That we are still here, we are still breathing, and we will not roll over. This is no longer Republican versus Democrat. This is not red versus blue. This is good versus evil. That's right. This is the side of Jesus Christ versus Satan. Western democracy versus communism. And one last thing. I know you won't, but if you were on the side of morality, of decency, you would be with us. Yeah. Right.
We back you. You should back us. Just saying. We back the blue all the time. We have major rallies. And what I seen in Salem, what was it, last week?
Yeah.
Last week was sad. Sad to see.
I might be uninformed, you guys. I might be ignorant. But as far as I understand, the people have a right to be in this meeting today. They've been legally made it a closed session to where the public cannot come in and watch. Right, please. I can't tell.
Right to the people! We the people! What are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you doing this? You are supposed to uphold our rights! You aren't supposed to uphold the Constitution. You are supposed to uphold your own. Why are you doing this? Stand down. Stand down. Spare me. Spare me. Spare me. Fuck you. What are you doing? Fuck the police. Fuck the police.
And I know so many of those police officers that were standing there in Salem didn't want to treat us the way they were. Do you want to talk?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll talk. I don't like talking. Here.
But hang on.
I'll talk.
Yes.
Hang on.
Right. So I want everybody to look at these officers here. I appreciate their service.
That's right.
And I appreciate what they do. But we need to send them a message that when it comes down to the wire, they need to be on the right side.
That's right.
The Constitution.
We're not Antifa.
Uphold your oath, please. I'm begging you to uphold your oath to the Constitution, not to the commie clown Kate Brown. Uphold the Constitution. Our next speaker is Nora is going to speak.
Hey guys, this is my first time talking at one of these things, so I just want to say that I think it is amazing when all of these people get together and stand up for freedom and stand up for our constitutional right to peacefully assemble and gather and speak our minds and fight against the tyranny that the Democrats, specifically Kate Brown, is ruining our state. We have people who are depressed, they're committing suicide, drug overdoses. I've lost a friend to a drug overdose because he has been locked down, he lost his business, and it's killing people. This virus is bullshit. It's bullshit. I will tell you right now, I was not a Trump supporter. I hated Donald Trump. Yes, I did. I was a liberal.
I wasn't a liberal.
Yeah.
I just didn't like his marijuana.
This year, I did research. I turned off the mainstream media. I did research, and I found out that I have been lied to all along. And I am tired of it. And I don't care if I lose my friends. I don't care if I lose my family, because they have walked away from me. But I am not gonna walk away from my country, and I am not gonna walk away from my president. We will stand strong for our president, Donald J. Trump, and we will not cower and bow down to the hypocrites and the tyranny of this pathetic lie. End the lockdowns now!
Thank you, Nora. I just watched this woman with tears come down her face as she spoke to all of us. That right there is a true patriot. As she said, she was a liberal. She walked away. Let's give her a hand. Thank you for speaking.
We can't just rise up and get angry and think we're going to change things on our own, because we can't. We have to have Yahweh, God of heaven and earth, in our lives. We have to submit ourselves to Him, humble ourselves before Him, repent of all the evil that's in our own lives first, and then we can take care of the evil that's out there.
God's got it to grant.
We have Republicans who are traitors to China. Go look at Mitch, getting $25 million from his Chinese father-in-law. I'm telling you, these people are corrupt. And when he says the swamp runs deep, Trump asked us to go to D.C. He's never asked us to do, he's only asked us to do two things, to go out and vote and go to D.C. This is war. And we're at the point where our country's at a breaking point. It's at a breaking point. California's back on lockdown, Washington too, Oregon's next. This is not a joke. I told people lockdowns are never going to end. There's a new strain of the virus. It's all a scam.
It's all a scam.
So we just have to stick together and wake up, people. So I appreciate you guys coming out here. My name's Randy, and I'm sorry I'm over here cussing all this stuff. I'm a nice guy, but I'm speaking up for you guys because I care. And I love you guys because I've lost people I love. I lost my career. I lost everything.
Thank you. All right, guys, if you turn around, we have...
Everybody look that way. Hold on.
1 minute.
We have the American flag. We are going to do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Everybody walk under it that is not holding it, please. Walk under the flag.
My fiance is going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amen!
Say, folks, my name's Ken.
And where are you from?
I'm 75 years old, okay? I've seen a lot of stuff go down in this country. I've seen segregation, desegregation. I've seen riots downtown because of Vietnam. I've seen the takeover of this country. I lived above the Arctic Circle for 10 years out of 16 in Alaska. I did not come back down here and think I was going to find home. This is not my home. This is not. This place has been destroyed. But you all know this. The only thing that I want to tell you is that Obama turned around and in 2016 he created a law, and what it did is it divided us. It divided us. That guy was a great divider. Yep. Trump is trying to bring us back. Yeah. He's for America. He's for us. But you know what? I want you to turn around and look at each other. And don't look at the color of their skin. They're Americans, each and every one of you. You're here to take and fight for your rights. Yeah! The only thing I got to say is this is not going to get any better. It's going to be worse. And you better stand up, grow some balls, and turn around and hit it straight on.
Now is the time to stand up. We're on the brink of a civil war. And I hope you guys are ready. I hope you guys are ready, because if you look at the map, what's red and what's blue, I think the red's going to take over this whole country, and that's what we need to do. Our next speaker is...
There's coming a time we got to hold more inside.
Carrie is going to speak real quick. She's been waiting for about 25 minutes, so we're going to let her speak.
It's real quick. I am going to Washington, D.C. next week. I am going there to support Oregonians, intelligent, patriotic Oregonians, to support our country and to support Donald Trump. And I am so hoping that there are millions and millions of people that show up there.
There will be.
Hi, my name is Margot Logan. I ran for state representative this year, and what I'd like to encourage people to do is to work on the voter integrity project. Oregon is probably just as worse as bad as the other ones. We have some IT guys who are ready. We can't get the precinct data from every precinct in Oregon. It's been shut down. So we need people to join the Trump voter integrity army. And well, we're talking about the software. And we're talking about like the Dominion kind of situations. And we have it here. I got barred as a poll watcher in Multnomah County. And another GOP poll watcher got expelled that night. I did the primary for 8 days, and I was asking too many questions. And so I know we're going to build an army to change that. We have to get the data, and we got to have the people who know how to read that data. And some of them are willing to teach us how to do it. So we have to go forward with a positive plan. So that's my message. Thank you.
And someone said earlier very well, and I want to second that, I know that they'd much rather be on the side of the Patriots. Okay? They're in a very difficult spot. They are in a rock and a hard place. They have been placed between a tyrannical governor and we the people, the citizens.
But it's time they made a choice.
Yeah, absolutely. That was exactly where I was going. You guys, I want you to know, okay, we're going to back you 100% until you turn against us. So you guys have a choice to make, okay? And I'll tell you that right now, that choice is coming quicker than you think. quicker than we all think. So think well the choice you plan to make from here on out. Because there's going to come a time, either you're for us or you're against us.
And if they're against us, they're against the Constitution.
We still vote.
All right, I have a few things I want to say. There's a lot of restaurants that are going to be opening up. They're going to need your support. They need to see your bodies in there buying meals, showing them support. They really need that. Second thing I want to say is there's a lot of press here.
She's holding it because it's going in.
That's fine. I respect their constitutional right to be here, and just like anybody else. But having said that, they have a responsibility before we the people to be honest. And even more important than that, they have a responsibility before the Lord God Almighty to be honest and in their reporting.
They're not.
Tell the truth. Thank you.
They're not. The media in America is the fifth column against us. And it's time we admit that. And call them what they are.
It's coming. The time is coming.
It's time to bring the media to task for what they are.
Guys, it's an honor to be here. This is the second rally I've attended. A couple months ago, there was a Defeat the Steal rally held at the state capitol. We didn't march anywhere, but it was still cool. Or at least I left early. But anyway, this is the second time I've been here, and I gotta say I appreciate it. It's an honor to be here with all of you. Seems strange to anyone who looks at the media outlets who say a different story, but the internet and the social media, that's not real life. And it kind of took me a while to see that. I'm sort of a rookie patriot, to say the least. I'm only 22 years old. My name's Benjamin Curtis Cooney. Yeah, I can't stand woke culture either.
You're the right woke.
You're really woke.
Right
You woke up to reality.
Thanks.
Amen.
We need to educate our children.
Yeah, that's a weird thing. And I needed his help. I needed to get closer to God again. And I needed to figure out what was really going on, because the social media outlets, the woke culture, the identity politics people, those who are obsessed with endless entertainment and hedonism and constant consumerism, they're wrong. They are screwing themselves over. They don't even know it. But we can show them. We can show them. I saw it. Yeah, Donald Trump, of all people, to show me what was going on. He's not our enemy. He's a whistleblower. He's exposing the people who are actually dividing our country.
You're learning.
And frankly, I think it's time we support the people working in independent media who are spreading the truth to the American people. If you support YouTube, if you watch YouTube, if there's anyone you should watch in independent media, it's John Doyle from Heck Off Commie, Ben Shapiro from The Daily Wire and The Ben Shapiro Show, and Freedom Tunes. Those are some good options. Show them what's going on. Share your friends. Share with your friends what's going on, the truth. Whether they believe it or not, it really won't matter. Some point or another, they will bow, they will confess, they will see what matters.
All will bow before
Yeah.
you, that's for sure.
As John-
Even all these policemen.
As John Doyle said, I will quote him directly now, you can roll your eyes, you can keep your pride or keep recycling to yourself the same tired George Carlin monologue or your favorite excerpt from the Richard Dawkins book, which you only read half of. None of it will matter, because eventually, one point or another, you will bow and you will confess to God, and you will be humbled to learn that a life dedicated to the worship of the self and a life facilitated towards comfort, that does not make you more than the dust at his feet. And it took me a while to see that, but I'm glad I do now. And I thank you guys for that.
Hey, thank you so much. Hey, give me some. Don't leave me hanging. Come on now.
God bless America. Let freedom reign.
All right, so anybody that got pictures with the flag, it's hashtag flag called freedom. Post pictures there. The flags went all the way to D.C. That was the longest drive of my life.
Thank you.
What, Rob?
I went to the Capitol to begin working with Oregon Citizens Lobby. And I tell you, they want to pass cap and trade, and that will do to us exactly what this COVID thing has done to us. Take away air travel, what we heat our homes with, what we cook with. It's all going to be gone if they get cap and trade. And I tell you the truth, it's based on a lie. The people are not destroying the earth, and they have lied to us and lied to us until people don't know what to think. But I was at the Capitol, and they've passed a rule there that if you come to the Capitol and you talk about any particular subjects, it's called Rule 27. And there's a whole list of subjects you can't talk about in the Capitol. And I came to the Capitol and I was advocating for black people, and I got called a racist, and now they're investigating me.
Oh my God.
And the list of subjects, at the bottom of the list of subjects, it says, not limited to these. That means that the Rule 27, effectively it takes away our right to speak to our representatives. They can accuse us of anything they want to by Rule 27. I encourage you to read it.
Thank you so much. All right, I want you to get your neighbors together.
We need to show them that we are an army. We need to show them that we outnumber them, the free citizens of this state. We outnumber the tyrants.
That's silent majority.
Arms, free citizens.
All right, guys. So take a look. I mean, it's to my right, some of your left, all the officers here. Not one time did any of us assault them. Not one time did they have to raise their batons at us. I mean, he pushed me a little bit when I stepped over the curb, but not one time. And that, friends, is what a peaceful protest is all about. We are gonna march back to the Capitol, and we're gonna try and make these officers' lives a little easier by not making it difficult for them, guys.
You were all here, and praise God, because you are my friends. Honestly, I feel I'm closer to you guys than people I've known my whole life. None of them are out here. None of them are out here. I'm out here fighting for people.
It's honor your oath. But I'm still not burning my flag. I'm still flying it proud. No, when they got sworn in, when they raised their right hand, they didn't say follow orders. They swore to an oath to uphold the Constitution.
Whatever it is that they make us work to death.
No, it says we honor the oath, the Constitution. You guys gotta be on the right side of this. Be on the right side of this. I can tell a lot of your eyes, that you don't like what you're doing, and I appreciate that.
You know what I mean? We have been controlled for so long, and finally people are waking up and seeing the media lies to us, the movies lie to us, the pedophiles are everywhere. And as much as people think that sounds crazy, no, start researching it. We have pedophiles in Oregon who get defended in Oregon. We have Satanists. This is
well, when they stand against us,
and we don't stand up for God.
When they take orders from Kate Brown, who is an enemy of America, when they take orders from her, they become the enemy of America.
The people who didn't open up, they lost their business regardless. So you either are going to fight for your business or bow down and just
and I appreciate that, but be on the right side. When it comes down to it, be on the right side.
I'm 28 years old.
We're here, but really, we need to be grassroots, okay? I'm talking about your neighborhoods, I'm talking about your school boards, I'm talking about, I don't care if it's a water district, your county, your libraries. Get out, get involved. You could be, there's digitalwarriors.com, go there if you're uncomfortable getting out in the public. But we will not take anything back until we start from the ground zero. And anybody going to DC next week, safe travels.
Thank you!
If God is for us, who can be against us?
Yes! All right, guys, we are going to pack up and we're going to march back to the Capitol. Remember, let's try and make these officers' lives a little bit easier. I know a lot of people here, myself included, are feeling very discouraged about the officers here in Salem and the state police in Oregon because of their actions on December 21st. What they did to my friend Jerry, what they did to my friend, all my friends.
They killed my friend
LaVoy. What they did to LaVoy.
Shot him in the back.
Let's be the bigger person here. Let's all give a round of applause for the law enforcement that is here. And then we tell them, please be on the right side.
when it comes down to the wire. Be on the right side and honor your oath.
Read it over. And the Constitution.
From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to Laredo, well, there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say, Kansas City!
Which are little babies. I thought they hid it the whole time.
Oh, is it Antifa?
Shit. Alright, hold on. Let me go. Who you with, man? Antifa group, huh? Fucking model.
Look at all these fascists! Oh my god!
With their pepper spray in their hand, ready to go.
Fucking telling on one of our Patriot brothers.
You ain't shit, dude.
Come on, guys!
You got nothing to say?
Fuck Antifa! 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 Fuck Antifa!
You with it, dude? You with it, bro? That little motherfucker, look at him. That's for children. What's up, man? You got shit to say?
Yeah, let's go! Let's go! Once again, you're standing on the sidelines like a punk. You really have a Nerf gun? Fuck Antifa! Fuck Antifa! Fuck!
They just got loud when the cops showed up.
It's like, I didn't know Salem police or anything like that.
Thank you. So what's going to be on your story later? I'm curious. What's going to be on your guys' story?
Am I a racist too?
What's going to be the live cutting edge?
I don't care if you know my name. I'm glad you know my name.
Title
You already know where I live.
Proud Boys assaulting innocent children.
Fucking dummy.
What's it going to be?
Fuck Antifa! Fuck Antifa! Fuck Antifa! Fuck Antifa! Yeah, look at you. I bet your mom is proud of your ass. Supporting communism! Get it! Come get it! We support police! Come get it!
You want to fight a woman?
Hey, I gotta go, Brian. We're standing here peaceful.
Come get it! Come get it! Come get it!
Hot shit. Ready?
Sorry, I don't need to interview.
Of course. For the right there.
Come get it! Come on! Push it back! Move! No, don't push on the line. Don't get to him! Push him! Push him! Let's go!
I'm gonna put my goggles on. You're fucking kidding me, motherfucker. Are you fucking kidding me? You gonna fucking shoot me? Hey, you still back the police? You know what? No. You sure? Fuck those motherfuckers. Yeah, there you go. That's what I want to hear. That's fucking bullshit. There we go. Everybody all happy with it. We're almost at the end of our fucking shooting like that. Idiot! How are you gonna shoot me, you little prick bastard? The police showed up and started pushing all. Come on, you fuck! No, idiot! Fuck up, that bitch shot me. Idiot! Little fucking bitch. Hey, what's your name, Bubba? What's your name? Go! Why don't you let us get what you're too pussy to get? Why don't you let us take care of what you guys want? What is this? What? Nah, that ain't gonna fly. You saying fuck me? Fuck you! Fuck you! So you got fucking guns. What are you gonna do? What the fuck you gonna do, Bubba? You did it to us. What you gonna do? Now you gonna brandish your fucking firearm, huh? Like I give a fuck, bro. Why? Y'all big, y'all strong. You got roll. You big and bad. Yeah. You big bad man. Yeah. What? What is going on? You bring the bread. You take care of the family. What the fuck is going on right now?
Why don't you guys cause us up?
What is Antifa?
What about Antifa? And now you back on the other side.
Vote the police, y'all. You have a few weeks to decide in your heart what's right. Why are you holding one? Right and wrong is written on the hearts of men. Are you serious? Take that now. Take that home.
Antifa?
If it wasn't for you guys, every single one of you knows what is right and what is wrong deep down in your heart, and you don't have long to make a good decision for your damn self. You've lost yourself. Each and every last one of you, including myself.
No more support for you guys.
Zero support. That is insane. You guys let an armed man come over to our side to antagonize us, and you stand behind him? What the fuck is going on here?
Seriously.
There's two Black Lives Matter people honestly brandishing their guns at us on the wrong side of the police line. Nothing about it.
Did you swear an oath to the Constitution of the United States?
Honestly, what are you doing?
To become a police.
What is this right here? You back them? You back Black Lives Matter? I just want to be clear. I just want to be clear that you back Black Lives Matter. I just want to be clear. You let armed men coming over here and intimidate us in front of you. You guys are a bunch of cowards. Right and wrong is written on your heart. From are they allowed to away?
This is the Salem Police Department. This is assembly. Pursuant to ORS.
Fuck the police! Fuck you!
When the police follow on and when the police send for what's right.
Fuck you! You'll be subject to arrest.
Fucking traitors!
This is the Salem Police Department.
We know who you stand with now. I want to be clear. Look, Black Lives Matter standing in front of the police. Black Lives Matter standing in front of the police.
You'll be subject to arrest. Failure to disperse and comply with the order force used against you may include impact munition and up to tear gas. This is the Salem Police Department. This has been declared an unlawful assembly. You're all commanded to disperse from this location immediately. If you do not disperse immediately, you will be subject to arrest.
Right. As long as you don't shoot me with that gun,
Failure to disperse or comply with these orders may result in force used against you.
Hey, do not
to include impact munitions
do not put
and
that
up
in
to
my
tear
right. There you
gas.
go, brother. That's what I'm talking about.
Why are these guys on the side?
Hey, if you're not intending to do that, make sure that that thing is not pointed in my direction.
Hey, that's fucking incredible. Yeah, you should have told him to move to the other side.
That was pointed in our direction.
fucking weak-ass individuals. You got to carry around weapons
This is
and
the
shit.
Salem Police Department.
Shut the
This has
fuck
been
up!
declared an unlawful assembly.
Got in front of everybody, in front of the police.
Pursuant to ORS 166025. You're all commanded to disperse from this location immediately.
Fuck you!
You do not disperse immediately, you will be subject to arrest. Failure to disperse or comply with these orders may result in force used against you. To
Keep
include
pushing that, y'all gonna end up being the ones
up
getting
to tear
shot.
gas. Disperse immediately, you will be subject to arrest. Failure to disperse or comply with these orders may result in force used against you.
All I fucking heard up there was, oh, that's all I fucking heard from Why the fuck are you guys not standing with us? All of you! There should be a fucking line right here! Fucking cowards! Y'all should just go home!
Failure to disperse or comply with these orders may result in force used against you, to include impact munitions and up to tear gas.
Right? Now Kate Brown just gave these motherfuckers immunity too.
We don't want to get fucking arrested here.
We're not gonna get arrested.
What is going on, Because they don't back us! Stop fucking backing the blue! Our communists! Fuck! The next person I hear say that, I swear to fucking God, I'm gonna lose my mind. All you guys get up on that Capitol, oh, back the blue, fucking good! Fuck them! Fuck them! Fuck these cops! Commie ass cops!
Give it a few.
You cannot restrict the movement of free people!
Assembly, pursuant to ORS 166.025. You are all commanded to disperse from this location immediately. If you do not disperse immediately, you will be subject to arrest. This is the Salem Police Department. This has been declared an unlawful assembly pursuant to ORS 166.025. Do not disperse immediately. You'll be subject to arrest. Fail to disperse or comply with these orders may result in force used against you, to include impact munitions and up to tear gas.
Fucking hell! You! Every motherfucker out there! You all took an oath to defend the Constitution! To defend the Constitution! Fucking hang it up and go home! If you don't want to do that, fuck all of you!
This is the Salem Police Department. This has been declared an unlawful assembly pursuant to ORS 166.025.
Don't tell me what the fuck to do. I don't give a fuck. Put up another. Shut up then. Put up then. Put up then. Hey, let's go. Let's go.
I'm trying to fight Antifa and communist supporters. So am I. Turn the fuck around. Yeah. Shut the fuck up, like I said. We're standing right here, aren't we? We're standing right here, aren't we? It's fine. What the fuck are we gonna do to the police? Stop. Well, stop.
Pursuant to ORS 166.
Fuck the Salem police! How about fucking you fucking red cunt?
If you do not disperse immediately, you'll be subject to arrest. Fail to disperse or comply with these orders may result in force used against you, to include impact munitions and up to tear gas.